Hello children, today I am going to explain you a poem from New Gulmohar Reader 4 8th edition book. The poem is The Wind, which is written by Andrew Collett. Before reading the poem, let's discuss about the poet of the poem. Andrew Collett is a children's writer and has written many collections of poetry for children. He was a teacher before he took up writing full time. He still works as a performance poet in some schools in the United Kingdom. This poem is about the nature of the wind as it goes around pulling at people's clothes, rattling windows, and roaring with the sea. The words used to describe the wind are so effective that one can almost imagine the wind as it climbs to the clouds and dives down again. Now next, here are some word meanings. Let's read them first. Tugs, pulls something hard. Rattles, makes something create a series of short, loud sounds by hitting hard against it. Creaks, makes a long high noise like door, bed or wooden floor. Charges, rushes in a particular direction. Dives, goes steeply downward. This poem contains only 3 stanzas, so I'll explain it stanza-wise. The Wind by Andrew Collett. It pulls at your clothes, it tugs at your hair. It whispers on windows to make people stare. Now children, what is wind? Wind refers to the moving air. The poet here describes the qualities of the wind and its nature. Here it exerts its pressure and thus pulls and blows our clothes and hair. And we are able to feel that the wind is blowing. The wind speaks very softly in a whispering voice with the window panes. That means it tries to speak with the window panes secretly in order to make the people curious and they start looking at it with their eyes wide open. Moving to second stanza. It rattles your rooftop, it creaks past every tree, it charges down chimneys and roars with the sea. In this stanza, the poet describes some other qualities of wind. He says that it makes the rooftop rattle. Rattle means to create a series of short and loud sounds of the hard objects hitting hard or striking against the rooftop. It also rushes the trees, making a loud sound, and makes the leaves move. Then the wind also tries to move in a particular direction and charge the chimneys. Chimneys refers to the pipe which conducts smoke from a fire through the roof of a house or a building. Then, in the fourth line, the wind also shouts with the sea, thus leading to the formation of waves in it. Then, the last stanza. It climbs with each cloud, it dives down below. For wind is with you wherever you go. In the last stanza, the poem describes the power of the wind. Children, we all know that the cloud brings rain and it brings greenery to the nature. Therefore, the poet says that the wind climbs to the clouds and then moves steeply downwards to the earth through rain. And lastly, the wind is present with us wherever we go. Now, what message does the poet wants to convey through this poem? After reading this entire poem, we can make out that the poet gives a very strong message through the reference of the wind. The poet tries to say that we should always stay strong, like wind, so that no one can harm or break us, and we can easily compete with anyone in any situation throughout our life. Now, at last, let's recite the poem together. The Wind. It pulls at your clothes, it tugs at your hair, it whispers on windows to make people stare. It rattles your rooftop, it creaks past each tree. It charges down chimneys and roars with the sea. It climbs with each cloud, it dives down below, for wind is with you wherever you go. Written by Andrew Collett.